Hey guys, Shadow here, and today we are looking at more cunning stunts from GTA Online. Gonna do a live reaction of these videos that are also going on, and yeah, I'm still loving this. I keep playing it. It brought me back into GTA Online, which is awesome. This new car is really sweet, and as I said, I'm gonna talk about cars a little bit today. I'm not gonna break down each one in detail. I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what's going on with the cars in GTA Online. As you know, these cars were all made for stunts. They're all sponsored and everything. They only had two liveries, which was kind of disappointing, but at the same time, it was really nice that they did give us the option for no livery, which I did on my one vehicle that I did get, which is a raid truck. Um, so you do have your option to customize it and do your own, because you can do your crew emblem, which is really sweet because if you do your crew emblem, then you've got your own customized livery. Um, but the biggest thing is everybody's complaining about the prices. Yes, GTA 5 cars have gone up in price since they first launched, but the cars have also become better, faster, and also GTA has put out updates and increased the amount that you get paid per race, or I think it's actually per minute, like so many minutes you get so many dollars is what it is, and they did have increased that since GTA Online has started, which not by much, I'll give them that. Things are still expensive. But also lots of you have been wondering about the customization. Why is there no customization on these cars? Well, it's because they are customized already. They're not meant to be this fully, like I said, you take off the livery, you put on your own crew emblem with a collar, there's your customization for color. With looks, these cars are already decked out. You do your motor and everything. When you get a stunt car like this, if you look at a track, there isn't much of a difference. You can go out for your sports car and get tons of different options. Whereas when you look at a really nice supercar like this, there isn't that many options because they're already fully customized. It does suck, yes, but I see where GTA is going with it because it's just like in the real world. And for them to get into like wide body customization and everything, no car has really actually had that. There has been a couple, but not a lot of them. So unfortunately, yes, there's not a lot of customization to make them your own, but they are extremely sweet cars, and they are meant to be sponsored stunt cars. They have their main two sponsors, and then it's meant to be sponsored by you. That is the no livery option. Or if you don't want a sponsorship at all, too, you do that. So it's kind of a win-win situation in a way, but also a disappointment for some. Me personally, I'm not disappointed because what I care about is the cars and how they go. Um, the looks are kind of nice, and it's kind of cool to do some of the customization, but for somebody who doesn't buy shark cards, for somebody who doesn't grind away at the races to make money and just does them just for fun sometimes, and if I got enough money, I do buy things. I'm not somebody who really cares about the fact that there's not the whole complete customization, especially with these cars. Well, that's something that we need to think about. There's so many complaints now with GTA Online, but something that we really need to think about is that all these updates have been free. We have not had to pay for them. Yes, usually people buy shark cards because they're so expensive, but you don't have to buy anything to get this update. The update's in there, these races are in there, and all these cars that they're releasing you can use in races online. You've had lots of fun things. With the Insurgent, I haven't unlocked the Insurgent because my internet sucks. I can't do a heist really well. But with that being said, I can go to Insurgents vs. RPGs and play with the Insurgent. And with races like this, like the other day, when the I was gonna call it the Hoonicorn, but the Class A Drift Tampa was released. I went onto a track and I went to there's that one parking lot in the store that people really like to drift in. And I went to that parking lot and started drifting in it while the race was going. Instead of going in, like, it does make me money as well. So we need to think about that. We can start a solo race, and in that solo race, we can continue to make money just by goofing around with the cars. So as much as it kind of sucks that we we can't overly buy them, we can still goof around with them. We can't upgrade them or anything, but with the amount of customization options that there are and how expensive they are, for those of you who aren't buying shark cards, it's better this way that you can do all this without having to spend a lot of money. Um, Unfortunately, yes, if you're online, you can't goof around with the cars in an actual race. But like I said, just start a solo race. That's how I have to play because my internet sucks. Every once in a while, I get into a race, but then I disconnect and all that. And you can have a lot of fun online just by yourself because it's so much towards you. So just keep that guy in mind, guys, that these cars are getting less customization, but you can still have a lot of fun with them, especially if you're not buying shark cards. It's just the way that it goes. Rockstar does need to make money, and that's why it's so expensive, so that people buy shark cards. But at the same time, those who can't afford them or don't want to buy shark cards can still enjoy the cars, even without having to grind it out because you've got your races. So I want you guys to remember that and just kind of think about that before complaining about the price of the cars, because there is ways around it. Now, looking at this race, we're going to talk about the race now and the 3 cars that were for returning players. I have it on Xbox One and on PC, but unfortunately it didn't register. I don't know if it's just because I haven't imported a character from my Xbox One account or what it is, but I can't get them for free, so I'm going to try actually doing it. This race was actually a pain because the muscle cars do slide around a little bit more than any other car, and yeah, this track had no barriers for much of it, and it was, yeah, a little bit of a pain. I do like these cars, the racing cars that were released that for return players were free and all that. I did actually really enjoy them. And I think it's a great idea that Rockstar did. They said you got them in single player, let's bring them out in stunts as a free for those returning players. So yeah, it was a really good idea by Rockstar, and as you'll be able to tell at some point, the Mustang, which is the Dominator in GTA, is my favorite car. But yeah, I love the idea that they brought in those 3. They brought the Burger Shot Stallion, the Giswiser Dominator, and I can't remember which sponsor it is for the not the Dominator, the Gauntlet. There's the Gauntlet, and I can't remember the sponsor of that one. But anyways, and I love that you can change the color on them. It was, because in single player, I don't actually think I unlocked them. Yeah, I didn't unlock them in single player, but you can do it in single player. That's really sweet. But I don't actually think that, yeah, these weren't available in multiplayer at all before, and now they brought them to multiplayer, and I enjoy it. I'm really, like I said, I have the Xbox One edition and now the PC. I don't know if returning players means Xbox 360 players coming onto PC and Xbox One, but I am going to try later on connecting my Xbox One or importing my Xbox One character onto PC and see if that works. Why don't you guys let me know in the comments section below if that is what works or not. But anyways, this track, I want to talk a little bit about this track, was my favorite track actually in just the style that they did it. I love the style of having 2 completely different ways the whole way, and I thought that was just absolutely insane the way that they did it. And I did go down both ways just to show you what they are, but in single player it's kind of like you go 1 lap one way, 1 lap the other way. But when it comes down to the actual race, I did get online and play with a full 16-player lobby. And what I noticed is that where you started made a difference, and how many people in the front started turning left or right. If like the first 8 people, if you started like 10th and the first 8 people turned left, you went right, because then you weren't in the big crowd. And to like, if the first 2 people went left, the next 2 people went right, everybody seemed to follow in that kind of pattern. It was kind of a cool experience to see what kind of things would be done. And that ramp was really cool, where you crossed over the blue and the red. I never got hit, but I was behind somebody that got hit, and that was really, really cool to see that. And this is a great I have to say that these new stunt races are going to make great multiplayer, just with the multi-paths. And even this was extremely cool, having the loop over each other. So yeah, I really enjoy these stunt races. It's got me back into GTA Online, and the new cars are sweet. Even though I can't afford them, I'm still enjoying them in the stunt races. So remember, guys, you guys need to remember that as much as they are expensive, it's hard to get them, you can still have a lot of fun with them in the stunt races. So you guys that can't afford them aren't being left out either by customization, and those who have bought them and are set with the customization, remember that it's just the way that goes with these already pretty customized cars. So anyways, guys, that has been another episode of GTA Cunning Stunts Update, and I will see you guys in the next episode, where I am going to fully talk about the course as we go through it, and talk about every little detail that we see, because the next ones are pretty cool races. Alright, see you guys!